Hi, thanks for building your cart at Apollo. Your cart will be fully certified for both health and safety and hopefully be a great tool for your business. This video will show you the different systems and the startups of the cart. So let's start with opening it up. The first thing you do after taking it off the hitch is take the two end caps off. Very simple. Unlock and pull off. So once the end caps of the cart have been removed, you can start to raise the canopy. This is what you use. You use one of the lift assists that should be in the cart at all times. You place the lift assists in the middle with the lip facing out, and using the other hand, lift the canopy up and drop it back on the lift assist. Take the cotter pin and put it into the first stage holes. Then we move to the other side and use the longer lift assist. Place it again right dead center of the canopy and raise it, and you can raise it to the very top. So in this case, we go past the first eyelet to the second, lower the lift assist in place, take your cotter pin, put it in place. So once the lift assist is in and you've raised the canopy till it's full position, you can at that point remove the lift assist and you go back around to the front where the canopy is only raised halfway and extend it to its fullest. So like the lift assists, the rods to hold the canopy in place, best kept in the cart at all times for easy access. Here are the canopy rods. Now the canopy rods are locked down with cotter pins again. Raise the canopy, take the shorter, stubbier end, put it in the hole that you'll see drilled out in the corner of the canopy, and then just place the longer end into the latch here. Once that's in place, place the cotter pin through the drilled hole to help keep that rod in place. Your freshwater tanks and plumbing are located in this compartment. We've marked it as a fresh fill. You'll need an NSF approved hose to run from the home or the venue you're at that supplies the fresh water. If you happen to fill the tank or overfill it, water will come up over the release valve or relief valve and into the street or sidewalk or the venue. From there, if there's air in the system or you haven't used the cart in a while, we suggest turning on the water pump, turn on the hot water tap of the plumbing system, and make sure that there's water coming out of the hot water. That way you know the water has been pumped in through the hot water tank and you can light it now to produce hot water. So the propane tank for this style of cart is your standard 20-pound propane tank. We recommend buying a newer tank because they do expire. We also recommend that the propane tank be securely fastened through this bolt and chain system while it's on the cart. The hookup to the propane tank is very simple, very similar to your home barbecue. The valve just goes on the end of the propane and is screwed in till tight. Don't over tighten it. Now that it's hooked up, you can release the propane by opening the main valve. In an emergency, the main valve should always be closed off. I stress to make sure that there's water in the tank, because if there isn't and you turn the element of the hot water heater on, it'll burn out the hot water heater and it's an expensive replacement. First thing you do is find the pilot knob. So push down on the knob into the pilot position and push it right to the bottom. That will start the gas flow for the pilot light. The pilot light is kind of counterintuitive. It's not over here. You light the pilot in this corner here. Once the pilot has been lit, which could take a while because the gas does have to come from the front of the cart to the back. So keep your finger depressed on the pilot. Click the barbecue lighter several times until you get a little blue flame from the pilot. Once the pilot flame is blue, we suggest holding the pilot light down for approximately 20 seconds to allow the thermocouple to heat up. And once you think it's been long enough, lift up on the pilot and it should remain lit And then to actually start the hot water burners, you turn the knob to the on position, and you'll hear the burner kick in. The burners will burn until getting the hot water to temperature, and then will shut off. The cooler is located in this compartment here. The cooler is designed to roll out. It's in a tray. We have it locked in place for transport. You just lift that pin and simply roll out the cooler. The cooler runs off the 12-volt battery, but it does also have a 110 connection. If the venue you're at has an extension cord or electrical, you can plug it in rather than run off the battery, which saves some battery. But for the most part, if you're self-contained, you'll need to run off the 12-volt battery. So you set the cooler to its desired temperature. So next I'm going to show you how to light the pilot or light the burners of some of the appliances that may or may not be on your cart. In this particular instance, there is a gas steamer on the cart, but to get the steamer lit, you press the pilot light button. When the pilot light goes blue, continue to depress the pilot light button until the pilot light has given sufficient time for the thermocouple on the left there to heat up to correct temperature. And then you can turn on the actual volume control of the steamer to start the steamer to heat. So one of the most popular appliances that goes onto our carts is a griddle. All the appliances we install on our carts or our trucks or our trailers are of commercial grade that you would find in a restaurant. And with that, most commercial grades have pilot lights. In this particular case, with a griddle or a charbroiler, we disable the pilots for safety reasons. To open the gray water tank to drain, the gray water valve is located on the bottom of the cart here. We have also provided you a 25-foot sump pump hose. So in order to drain the gray tank, it's just a simple turn of the valve. The ball valve will open, and as you can see, will start to drain your gray tank. So for those of you who have the optional end shelves, this is how you attach them. Line up the track on the shelf with the track on the cart. Angle to hook that bracket to bracket. Once the table is on its hinge, take a prop rod, place the small prop rod in the prop rod holder, look for the metal tab that's been cut out with a hole in it, and pop it in. In order to put on the caster wheel, you remove the hitch, so you remove the locking pin, pull out the hitch, slip the caster wheel into place, and use the locking pin to hold it in place, and then you can release the jack wheel down so that the weight of the cart is now on the caster wheel.